Andrew's account. I heard bells ring and went to the gate. I stayed there a little and saw Mr. Lavelle coming back with his buckets. I asked him where was the fire. He said it was not a fire. Number of boys on the other side of the way were throwing snowballs at the soldiers. The Centennials were enraged and swearing at the boys. The boys called them lobsters, bloodybacks, and hollered, "You buy lobsters." There were also a number of people who stood where I did and were picking up pieces of sea coal that had been thrown out thereabout and snowballs and throwing them over at the Centennial. I went across over to where the soldiers were, and as soon as I got a glimpse of them, I heard somebody huzza and say, "Here is old Murray with the riot act," and they began to pelt snowballs. The first word I heard was Grenadier say to a man, "Stand back." Question I was asked, how near was he to him? I answered, he was so near that the Grenadier might have run him through if he had stepped one step forward. While I stopped to look at him, a person came to get through. He turned about and said, "You lobster, bloody back, are you going to stab me?" The soldier said, "By God, I will." One of the persons who was talking with the officer turned about quick to the people and said, "He is going to fire." Upon that they cried out, "Fire and be damned! Who cares? You don't dare fire!" and began to throw snowballs and other things, which then flew pretty thick. The next question I was asked, did they hit any of them? Yes. I saw 2 or 3 of them hit. One struck a soldier on the hat, and the other, who were right before them, had sticks. And as the soldiers were pushing their guns back and forth, they struck their guns, and one hit a grenadier on the fingers. The people crying, "They dare not fire! We are not afraid of them." One of these people, a stout man with a long cordwood stick, threw himself in and made a blow at the officer. The stout man then turned round and struck the soldier's gun at the captain's right hand and immediately fell in with his club and knocked his gun away and struck him over the head. The blow came either on the soldier's cheek or the hat. This stout man held the bayonet with the left hand and twitched it and cried, "Kill the dogs! Knock them over!" I turned to look towards the officer. I heard the word "fire." I thought I heard the report of a gun, and upon hearing the report, I saw the same grenadier swing his gun, and immediately he discharged it. The next question I was asked, did the soldiers of that party, or any of them, step or move out of rank in which they stood to push the people? No. And if they had, they might have killed me and many others with their bayonets. The next question, did you, as you passed through the people towards Royal Exchange Lane and the party, see a number of people take up any or everything they could find in the street and throw it at the soldiers? I answered yes. I saw 10 to 15 round me do it. They asked me if I did it. Yes, I did. After the gun was fired, "Where did you go?" was what they asked. I ran as fast as I could into the first door that I saw open. I was very much frightened.